lovely people. How are you doing? I hope you're doing beautiful well wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. Today, like you've already seen the topic before clicking, we're going to be discussing on my pregnancy stories, what happened, the experiences I had, the challenges, and everything that happened. But before we go into that, if you're new here, my name is Chinaza, and on this channel I discuss mainly things concerning Germany related information like we're going to be discussing today. Also discuss on wellness, health, lifestyle tips. If you are in Germany, maybe you just came or you reside here in Germany and you are a woman, you got pregnant, you notice that from the first stage you go for scans. Okay, the first stage there are always checkups. It starts with every four weeks you will be going for checkups in the doctor's place that you've registered, not in the hospital where you're going to be giving birth. In the doctor's place that is a gynecologist. You will be going there for checkup every 4 weeks. Those checkups involve, you give your urine for tests. They check you if you have infections, or they check the state of the baby. If everything is going on well, they check the heartbeat, the size, the development, if there's anything that needs to be taken care of. Okay, they also take blood, check blood tests, take everything that needs to be checked. Okay, but as the pregnancy progresses, you will be going maybe from 4 weeks now to 3 weeks, then 2 weeks, and then a week before you can register, okay, to the hospital where you'll be giving birth. This registration always takes place from 30 to 35 weeks, and then you will be giving birth, except if you are going to be giving birth through operation. If you have twins or so, something, you have a kind of condition, you'll be giving birth earlier on. Okay, the operation will be carried out earlier on. Okay, then you can stay with the baby for some days, maybe a week or so in the hospital for you can go home. So in my case, it was a normal delivery, but as the stage where the pregnancy started developing around 35 to 36 weeks, the doctors noticed something which they didn't understand, the gynecologist, so he had to send me to a bigger scan where I registered for childbirth. The report was that the baby was grabbing the placenta, that is the connection between me and the baby, and then it was dangerous if the baby for any reason breaks this placenta, then it's going to be an issue, because this is the connection between me and the baby. This is where the baby gets nutrients, oxygen, so on and so forth. Even before then, I was having I was already vomiting to an extent. I had to get some medications to help me reduce the rate at which I was vomiting. I vomited and there was no strength, but I had to take medication and manage the whole situation. Okay. Now, when I went to the hospital where I registered for childbirth, they checked it and said that sometimes this could happen if the baby develops. As the baby develops, the baby begins to use the hands, and all that movement, the legs, so it could happen. Or if the baby begins to grab and then pull, it is also an issue. So with this report, as a pregnant woman, I got nervous, I got scared, I got worried. I could no longer sleep comfortably well. Anytime the baby moves, then I'll be like, maybe now that the baby is moving, maybe the baby is grabbing the placenta, and then if the baby pulls on it and it breaks, then there will be issue. The baby will not be getting oxygen, the baby will not be getting supplies, and then maybe you will be in a condition that needs an emergency. I could no longer have my peace. I lost interest in the whole checkup system, in the whole scan. Some part of the world, people are so excited about this scanning of a thing because it helps you see things earlier before the complication could get worse, and then solution can come earlier. So, but here, at a point when this scan detects something that is no longer good, and you have to go from a particular hospital to a bigger hospital for a proper checkup, you no longer find this scan funny. So comment in the comment section if you're a woman, you were pregnant in your country of origin. Do you always go for scan from the first stage of pregnancy like it is done here in Germany, or there's always a specific stage, a specific time that you go for this scan, and then maybe once in a while you can also go for this scan, or maybe only when there's issue they think there's something is happening that needs to be verified. Okay, because here it is a normal thing that happens from the first day you report to the hospital, to the gynecologist that you're pregnant. You will be going through a lot of scans every stay, every appointment with the doctor. You will be giving your urine for checkup. They'll check if you have infection. They will check scans, ask you some questions. Sometimes they take the blood samples to check everything that needs to be done. And then at the point 24 to 25 weeks, you will be having a kind of glucose test where you'll be taking a glucose mixture that is so sugary. That day you come very early in the morning, you will not have your breakfast. So you drink this, and then they take blood sample before you drink this. They also take a blood sample 1 hour after you drink this to ensure that you do not have gestational diabetes, the diabetes that happens with women when they are pregnant. Okay, so let me know in the comment section where you are, where you gave birth, if you're already pregnant, okay, or you have someone who is pregnant. What was the experience? Was the person also going through all of these processes? Okay, because sometimes it is also good, it is helpful, it helps to detect things that are not necessary earlier at the early stage, and then situations will come. But at the point for me when they discover something that is no longer funny, I lost my peace. I was so worried until I got to a point where I was not going to the hospital where I registered for childbirth. I said, when can a woman apply for operation? I would like to have a CS. I want to give birth 3 years so that the baby will come out alive and healthy, instead of being in the womb and then putting the placenta to a stage where the thing gets broken. But the doctors there said, you are healthy, you are young, you don't have complications. These things happen. Sometimes a baby is given birth to by the mother, and then the baby has the placenta tied all around the neck. Okay, the baby still comes out healthy, the mother is healthy, just as the placenta will be taken away and everything is fine. Sometimes they are caught at the hands, sometimes at the legs. Doesn't mean anything. At the stage where you have few weeks to delivery, must continue. You are still young, strong, healthy, no complication. The baby is fine, you are fine. But I was worried because of what they told me. Said if the baby continues to pull on this placenta and all that, so the baby might break it, and then connection, first pregnancy and the whole nervous thing that comes with it. So I want to know, if did you have such an experience? If a woman or your husband to a wife, what was your wife's experience? For a woman too, if you're already pregnant, what was the experience? Do you have something like this? It's also going to serve as an encouragement to anyone who is experiencing this, to encourage you that these things happen. A lot of people have experienced this. They gave birth to healthy and strong babies like myself. Okay, after this time around, as pregnancy progresses, some things start changing depending on how you're taking care of yourself, your lifestyle, what you're eating, how you're consuming, or things that you're consuming. For me, at the point they also said that there was excess amniotic fluid. That is the fluid that is you have also in the womb that helps the baby, keeping everywhere warm and all that. So I also went. They also referred me at the point where you come for checkup, and then from there they're giving you an emergency letter to go to the hospital for proper checkup. You will be worried, and then you won't know what to do. So went to the hospital there where I registered for childbirth. They checked and they said, okay, from what we're seeing here, even though it is a little bit bigger than what it's supposed to be, but it has not gotten to a point where you should panic. Not gotten to a point that needs urgent help or that needs something to be done. It can still be manageable. Even at this point where you have few weeks delivery, there's nothing to be done. So with this placenta, the baby pulling at the placenta, with this excess amniotic fluid, I was already worried. I could no longer sleep. I could no longer rest. I was always checking myself. Okay, how am I feeling? I hope I will feel. I was already at 38 to 39 weeks. I was already saying, okay, let me keep watching myself to see. I pray that I have signs of labor. I will go out. I'll be walking, doing a lot of things, climbing the steps to ensure that I facilitate and hasten the whole process, so I can go into labor and give birth to this baby and have my baby healthy and alive. So this was experience that I had. So, but at a point I was so worried. So I also went to the hospital again with my husband. So we met the overall doctor, the overall gynecologist there, and thank God for that man. Okay, when I met him, he ran through some tests and scanned. Also, And he was the one that encouraged me. He was the one that told me that all of these things happen during pregnancies, and what matters that the baby is healthy and I am healthy, and excess amniotic fluid is nothing to worry about. It has not gotten to a level where it is in excess that the baby will be harmed with it. He also said that the placenta, this happens. It happens that most times the baby has the placenta coil on the neck, the baby is pulling on the placenta, the baby, this is movement that the baby is practicing. The baby can also leave this placenta, and kick, maybe sometimes kick or on the ribs, you feel pains and all that. Okay, baby can also have the placenta coiled on the legs, on the hands. So these are normal experiences that women have. Because this is your first pregnancy, you're still having these things as a first experience. This is why you're worried, you're panicking. The baby will not. I worried. I was like, okay, what if the baby pulls on this and causes, will my baby die in the home? Will I also, have that kind of worry? He said this is not something to worry about. Relax yourself. You have about 2 weeks to give birth. Okay, you are still healthy. The baby is still healthy. Nothing has gone wrong. The baby is developing fine. The baby is kicking fine, moving fine. They checked the baby's movement. Everything. They did a non-stress test. Everything is still fine. Check the baby's heartbeat, everything is fine. My heartbeat, they check my blood pressure, a lot of tests. I was just like, do everything, check, is everything fine, is the baby still breathing? Anytime the baby moves, I will be concerned, I'll be worried. A lot of things can come up, even with the encouragement of friends and well wishers. All of those things were brought to stop. I was so encouraged, I held on, and sometimes these things could be funny. The baby, I was doing everything to hasten and to fasten the whole process and labor could start. The baby was just so relaxed. The baby didn't bother, the baby stayed until 40 weeks plus the 41 weeks was when labor started. And at the end of the day, I was able to give birth on my own, healthy baby heart. I was so strong. There was no complications, no issue. When the baby came out, the placenta was not broken, nothing was damaged. Everything was fine. The placenta was not even tied to the neck, the amniotic fluid, everything was fine. Okay, so this is me trying to encourage every woman out there who is pregnant, having some complications like these are not major, having some issues, having worries, concerns. This also happens. Anxiety can come in. You're not going to the stage where you become depressed. Okay, a lot of things happen during pregnancy, especially if this is your first. Even though every pregnancy is different, your experience in the first pregnancy may not be your experience in the second pregnancy. So you should know that these things, especially if you follow on the guidance of your midwife, your doctors, gynecologists, you do what you ask to do, eat the right food, drink enough water, limit some things that are not healthy for you and the baby, everything will fine. Challenges will always be there, but at the end of the day, when you carry your baby healthy, you are happy, you forget all of those challenges, you forget all of those worries, those things will be gone. So comment in the comment section. It's not to say that the process here in Germany, it is so good, it is so enjoyable, it is so beautiful. They do everything to check and to find out that you and the baby is healthy. This is why they will, anything they see, if they see anything just as little as a spot on the baby that's not supposed to be there in the scan, they will refer you to a bigger place where you'll be checked and everything will be sorted out. So is that the same thing with you where you are? I want to get your comments in the comment section. When you were pregnant, or if you're pregnant in your country, pregnant women do also go through all of these things, the scans. Do they also have challenges? How do they overcome these things? Were there conditions that requested emergency CS? So let me get your comments in the comment section. This is all that we have concerning today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have questions concerning other things that happens here in Germany with women, children, business information, where to leave your comment also in the comment section. I would love to reply them. I will see you in my next video. Bye.